Cooking with Andre.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Andre. I'm here with a good buddy of mine and co-worker, Matt Anderson. It's St. Patrick's Day, so we're going to celebrate a little bit. Matt's going to cook a dish for you. I'm going to make a dish as well that I think you'll love. But I'm also going to get started with some Bloody Marys because in the spirit of brunch and St. Patrick's Day, I think it's perfect. It's not green, but I think you'll like it anyway. So let's get started. So what I like to do first, we're going to add on the Grey Goose. Normally I don't measure, but because the camera's on me today, I'm going to measure. I'm going to add some of our Zing Zang. Always make sure everything is blended up well. Always hit it with a little Old Bay, that's just me, to give it a little Chesapeake flavor there, and a little Tabasco sauce. Give it a little shake here. Don't worry, more's coming. Now I'm going to give it a little garnish as well. So the first garnish I like to go with is a little celery. We do have some green. A little more green, we're going to add 1 lime. Of course, I always use bacon. If you guys know me and follow me, bacon is my jam. So then to finish it off, I've got some skewers with a little olive, cheese, and a shrimp. There you are. Cheers.
Thank you.
So I'm going to turn it over to Matt. Matt's getting ready to cook you something delicious, and I'll let him explain exactly what it is.
Either that or set the house on fire, one of the two. So I am working on toasting some English muffins. So there was a restaurant around, and there's been a famous dish around Virginia for a number of years called Exile of Norfolk. I fell in love with it. I used to have it. My kids made sure I went to this restaurant every year on Father's Day. And then unfortunately they closed during the pandemic. So I had to figure out how to make it myself. So we've got a couple things going on here. We've got some water boiling to a slow boil because we're going to do some poached eggs. We've got a cast iron skillet smoking nicely. We've got some crab cakes that we're going to fry up, and we're going to build it. First thing I'm going to do is start off with some meat. You can do a number of different things. This is Canadian bacon. I don't want a whole lot on this. I just want to warm it up. You cook this too long, it'll get chewy. Nobody comes over and says, boy, I really like this chewy food. And we're gonna start building our brunch. So, poaching eggs, it's a little tricky. I've got a pot of water starting to boil, and I want to get the water spinning around and create a little bit of a vortex. We've got water in here and a little bit of white vinegar. The white vinegar will help the egg whites solidify and kind of trap the yolk inside. See how it goes. And we've got some eggs in here just doing their thing. We're going to let them hang out for about 3 or 4 minutes. I'm going to try to keep the water moving a little bit. That helps the egg white kind of wrap around. And we're going to let that cook for a few minutes. We're just going to get some butter going in there so we can fry up these crab cakes.
And if I may, I'm going to sneak by and pull something out of the oven.
Man, that looks yummy. Crab cakes won't take too long. We just want to get a little crust on them. Crab cakes are heated up. We're just going to pile crab on top of ham. Pig and crab, what can go wrong?
So what I have here is a bacon and French toast bake. So all type of little ingredients in it. It has maple syrup also, so it's going to be sweet, savory with the little bacon as far as the salt additive there, which is going to blend nicely.
I am going to start on the Hollandaise sauce. Hollandaise sauce is basically a mixture of egg yolks and butter. What could go wrong? So the first thing we need to do is get all that healthy white out of the way. Nobody needs that. This is not any type of diet food. So I'm starting with 3 egg yolks. Now that these are ready, we're gonna go back to our poach. So they'll sit out and dry for a second, and then we want to mess with our Hollandaise sauce. So here's the tricky thing with Hollandaise sauce. We've got some egg yolks in there, and we're going to want some lemon. So we're going to put this in here, and we want to beat it, so we want to thicken it up. But we're also putting eggs over top of hot water, so we don't want to scramble them. This counts as your workout for the day. You're looking 2 minutes to try to get that a little thicker. It's a much more professional way to do this, but I am not. Make sure you switch arms so you count it as a full workout. See it starting to get thick. That's what we're looking for in life. Now we have a little bit of melted butter. We want to keep it moving. Just add in the butter. A little cayenne pepper lets you know it's alive, gives you a little bit of flavor, and we are good. Now, let's get these little eggs. See if we can pick them up without breaking them. Egg on top. We're gonna take our little hollandaise mixture and just drizzle that over top of it. That is at least my version of Exile of Norfolk. I think it looks yummy.
So guys, thanks again for tuning in. This is always a blast, especially doing this with Matt. Again, just kind of follow us. We're gonna do different segments as we go. But again, for all your real estate needs, 804 New Home. Thank you.
Thank you for the invite. It's fun. Look forward to the next time. 804 New Home, we can help you, or we'll cook for you. Let's eat. Don't worry about that.
Lemon also works as a hand sanitizer.
It does. Those are awful. We gotta redo those. Here comes your editing ability. That didn't work. And suddenly it does not feel like the Food Network.
You need a shot of something, Matt?
Always, you're gonna edit this all out. I'm gonna look like I know what the hell I'm doing.